What is up, everyone? Solution here, bringing you another video, and today I will be talking about our results in the last two tournaments. In the back you will be seeing highlights from every round in Search and Destroy against Fake Nuke, Team Fake Nuke. It was G Unit's pickup team. His other team is Enigmatic Esports, I believe. But we had to face up against his pickup team. We ended up losing this series 2-1 because we choked the capture the flag, as well as we gave them the hard point. And yeah, that was it. But we ended up absolutely destroying them in Search and Destroy. And the best part about it was that not one player went off, but we all went off. I think we end up in getting 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8 kills. So I think it's an overall good scoreline and good experience. We didn't die too often. We executed things nicely. We traded kills almost perfectly, I would say. And I really liked what we did to them. So actually want to start off with the results in the tournament. As I just told you, we actually ended up losing to this team, which you are seeing right now. Sorry, I slapped my mic on accident. And that was in the best of 32, I believe. So that was actually not the result we wanted, but we got picked against a really good team early on, and it was basically G Unit carried his entire team on his back with a couple extra stones. But he ended up defeating us almost all by himself. He did most of the work. He went off most games. He absolutely couldn't do anything on a Search and Destroy because he only had one life, and we ended up taking him out pretty easily most of the time. He even ended on top on the Search and Destroy as well for his team, but definitely not on our team because we absolutely destroyed them in Search and Destroy. But they ended taking the respawn games. So, but for the tournament that happened yesterday, things went different. Things absolutely went different. It was a best of 64 tournament, and we ended up playing an old teammate. Well, a teammate's teammate. That's how I should say it. And he was their captain, or he was his captain. I can't really remember. He told me, but I can't really remember. But we actually ended up taking the series 2v1. It's actually a really intense capture the flag game. It was 1v1. We ended up taking the hard point by I believe 1 or 2 points. And then we lost the Search and Destroy pretty convincingly, even though Search mostly is our strongest game type. But for whatever reason, we didn't execute it the right way as we should, as we usually do. So for some reason, it didn't come out. Sometimes we still have that, a little bit of struggle at the beginning or the end, or sometimes we just struggle through an entire game, even though we are better than most of the opponents we have faced till now. We ended up winning the capture the flag in overtime. We ended up capping a flag in 35 seconds in overtime, and obviously that made us get the win. We also had streaks. I believe 3 people on my team, including myself, had streaks when we went into overtime. So there was absolutely nothing they could do, and I feel like even if it was 2 minutes, they still would not have capped a single flag. Because we were set up nicely and we still had streaks. Even if they got out, we had 3 sets of streaks, so there was absolutely nothing they could do. So progressing to the best of 32, I do believe they do not end up showing up. I'm not sure whether it's this team or the next one, but they do not end showing up. So well, they showed up like 25 minutes late, so that's when we already entered it. Like the opponents aren't there, and so we progressed to best of 16. No, best of 16 didn't show up, but well, I'll just tell it the other way around. So our next match actually was also a best of 3, so we actually took it to third map again. It was raid capture the flag as well. That ended up in overtime, and I think we ended up beating them 1 or 2-0, which also was a pretty close game. But usually our capture the flag is our weak point, but I must say in the tournament it was actually, I wouldn't say our strong point, but just our leeway. It wasn't our worst and it wasn't our best. What we did notice, what we have to work on, is our hard point, because we totally got outslayed, especially when they had to play the GB club to progress to the semifinals. That actually totally didn't work out. So we lost in the quarterfinals to the GB club, and they actually ended up taking the tournament. So I do not mind losing to the winner, the winner at the end at all. But I did see some progression, especially in our capture the flag game. I actually went off a capture the flag game, the very first capture the flag, where we did the overtime. And overall, I think we played decent capture the flag. Our search game was on point, except for perhaps one or two games, which actually isn't really that good if you consider that we only played like 3 or 4. But I do think our search is still our strongest game type, but now we discovered that hardpoint is our weakest game type. It's not the rotation, and it's not anything. It's mainly how many kills we all get, because in the last round I ended up dropping. I don't even believe I got double digits, which is really dissatisfying, and the most kills on our team were, I believe, 23 or 24, which also isn't that good. We got completely outslayed, and that's why we ended up losing, well, most of our hard points, I would say. So that's definitely something we have to focus on, because we have good gun skill, but for some reason in hardpoint we don't execute it properly. But we can actually outslay teams, and I'm absolutely sure that we can beat teams. So that's what we have to work on. And the last topic today I want to talk about, in about 2.5 minutes left for that, is what it's like to be a captain for me. How do I feel being captain, and what do I feel like my tasks are to fulfill? Basically, it's keeping in game. It's trying to keep everyone concentrated. Just no lulls 30 seconds before a match, or yeah, at least not when the timer is ticking down before you actually enter the match. It's mainly just telling them what to do, because I do have some insight on what needs to happen in a game and what should happen, where players should be setting up, and all of that. I feel like I can do a pretty good job at that. Not completely sure whether I'm already doing that well, but I feel like I can improve on that part. But it's also basically out of the game, because making the team practice, staying focused, and solving problems within the team. There have been a bit of struggles in our team, but those weren't really big struggles. Basically, it's just cooling down and try again a half an hour later, and everything will work out again. But another thing also is, as soon as people have personal problems, I feel like I should be like their mother on the PlayStation. Not like the drunk mother who didn't even intend to get you as a child, but like the caring mother who bakes cookies and makes you breakfast all day. So every day, I should say. But that's definitely something I want to be as a captain. I want to be a trust person, and I want to work on this team together. So as this game is coming down to an end, as you can see, we absolutely annihilated them. And maybe a spoiler, can't tell, can't see it, but Swags actually ended up getting an ace in the final round. He didn't play too well of a series, but then he switched to Scorpion and went off on them in the last game. But really hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want to see more, and see you guys later. Peace out.